Certainly. Wade Pollock.
Here.
Peter Lake.
Here.
Caitlin Foy.
Here.
Joseph Catrombone is not, and Rose Vanicola.
Here.
Item 3, we'll have a moment of silence. Say the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America,
To the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Yes. Agenda item 4.1, consider approving the agenda. Is there a motion? A second?
Second.
Motion was made by member Foy and seconded by member Vanicola. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion moves unanimously. Item 5, public comments for agenda items only. Item 6.1, consider approving the minutes from April 4th, 2024. Do we have a motion? Second?
Second.
Motion was made by member Foy and seconded by member Lake. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion moves unanimously. Item 6.2, consider approving the minutes from January 4th, 2024, which we had missed in February. A meeting that was tabled for corrections. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
A second?
Second.
Motion was made by member Foy and seconded by member Vanicola. All those in favor say aye. Aye. The motion moves unanimously. Item 7.1, Public Works Update. Mr. Sharretts, please.
Certainly. So we are on schedule for visiting parks and trails 3 times a week again, and that's what we've been doing during the last month. The Drexel Lodge Pavilion roof, we're getting ready to start working on making those repairs. We're going to do them in-house. So we're getting ready to buy the material and we're going to do the roof repairs there. The walking bridge, we're in the process of finding a CoStarz vendor that can sell the Trex material that we want to get. We've got a couple leads, and so we're just verifying our quantities on it and getting ready to place that order. So again, that's another one. The bridge over the upper pond at Drexel Lodge we'll be doing in-house, most likely. We're getting ready to buy the material for it. I'll mention the gazebo. So there was some small vandalism that occurred at the gazebo at the bottom of the hill. When we were repairing that, and they had to tighten some of the platform up before the upcoming concert. Because we had put in a grant to get a new gazebo, but we did not get that grant. So one of the things that new gazebo was going to have, it was going to be a little more 3-sided so that it would be more friendly for a band, still usable as a gazebo, but it was going to be a little more stage friendly. While they were making the repairs, they took out a couple sections on the side because they had to do some bracing anyway. So the gazebo you see now is actually a little more like what the eventual new one is going to be. It's essentially 3-sided, so it's a little more open on the stage side now. Hopefully it'll be good for any band that utilizes it. Right. We completed the playground mulch installation at all the parks. We had just started that the last meeting that I reported on. We completed the removal of the pine trees along the Bishop Hollow Trail back behind Gable Park, and then there was some ash trees that needed to come down back there as well. Those were trees that the township arborist had identified as being of concern. We took them down, and we're going to be going to the Shade Tree Commission with the replanting plan. So all the trees that took down, there'll be new trees put up in their place. We participated with the streams cleanup at Greer and Brookside Park and the rain garden. I'm sure Mr. Pollock, you'll be talking about that a little bit later. But it was a successful event at the 2 parks at Greer and Brookside. The basketball court painting. So I checked in with Miller Sports. We had hoped to have had the courts painted by this point. The weather hasn't been cooperating. I mean, if you remember up to just a few weeks ago, it was close to freezing temperatures at night. So they need the temperature to be steady overnight for a while for the paint to hold when they do it. So they haven't done it yet. They're hoping to do it sometime in May. That's, they're watching the stabilizing of the temperature, and then they're hoping to get that done. Tree plantings. Just as an FYI, because it kind of fits in with Parks and Trails. So the Shade Tree Commission and Public Works are working together on a tree tag project so that we're going to start new trees that get planted and mature trees in the park and trail system. We're going to start tagging them so that folks can read about the kind of tree that it is. The tag is going to have a QR code on it that'll go back to the township website that'll have a page of information about the tree. So if you see a tree you like, you could read about it. We're going to start over at the planting that took place a couple years ago, Gable Park on the opposite side of Ellis Avenue. It's going to be a small project, see how it goes, and then we'll be working our way through the trails and the parks. I just wanted to make you aware of that. The bocce ball courts are open again for the season. We have been cleaning them and they've been scheduled for the last couple of weeks. So they're actively being used. We landscaped the Meadow Preserve a couple of weeks ago. Been doing trail repairs, things like that. We installed additional signs on the Gable Field turf field, which identifies you're not supposed to walk a dog on it and you're not supposed to bring wheeled vehicles on to the turf field. It's dangerous to the turf. And when folks are not careful with their dogs, it leaves a mess for the people using the field. And it hasn't worked yet, but we're going to keep working on it. But yeah, so any way you walk onto the field now, you are reminded not only of the rules of the field, but it's kind of highlighted. You can't bring a dog there. There's lots of places you can bring a dog. You can't bring a dog on the turf field, and you can't ride vehicles on the turf field. We're working on it.
George, do you find many of the kids are out there on their bikes?
Yes. Some kids, not many, but there's some, and sometimes they're motorized. Yeah, it's
Like the scooters and.
yeah. And that is, it does damage. It does damage. It can, it can divot it, it can pull it, it can, it can create a hazard. So we're reminding folks again. And throughout the park and trail system, post and rail fencing every year, we need to replace a bit of it. It is damaged from people hanging on it, or it just gradually deteriorates. We've been doing that. I think we've finished that project now for the season. So that is what I can report on for the last month that are highlights. I'd be happy to answer any questions. Great. Thank you.
So, old business, item 8.1, review of Arbor Day tree planting at Brookside Park. So it was a Shade Tree Commission event, and our committee helped organize volunteers for that event. Rose reached out to the Honor Society at the high school, and it was well attended by them. Peter had reached out to Springton Lake Presbyterian Church, and their youth group came. Andrew Zahner was there from the Cub Scouts, and I think he had a few guys by the end of the event that were there as well. And there was a good turnout from the public. The township helped us advertise that. So do you guys have input from what?
I think it was 19 trees.
35.
35. I just want to say the kids who came were as soon as the instructor said go, they decided, well, we're going, these 3 kids went over to that hole in that tree. And they just got to it. They were very responsible. Plus, one really cool thing was that the holes were already dug for us. So that really expedited things. And we didn't have to sweat that much. It's good.
Item 8.2, discussion about CRC tree planting at Drexel Lodge in May. There was supposed to be a tree planting there. I did reach out to them. They haven't decided anything.
Yeah, just, I was just talking with them yesterday. It's gonna be postponed until fall.
Okay.
What happened, so there were 4 township committees that needed to sign off on it based on the document that needed to be signed off and go back to CRC. There was actually 4. So there was Parks and Recreation, there was the Shade Tree Commission, there was the Newtown Township Board of Supervisors, and then actually the Newtown Township Municipal Authority needed to sign off on it because the municipal authority technically is the deed holder for the park. There's an agreement that the township utilizes the park as a park, and that's, you know, many years, you know, for $1 a year or something. But the municipal authority had to officially sign off on it because the commitment for if the trees were removed by someone, technically the authority would also be responsible for that. As a result, when it went to the municipal authority meeting, they wanted to readjust the agreement with Newtown Township so as to have the agreement coincide with the CRC agreement, so that if it says 25 years for CRC, they want to make sure that the full 25 years is covered under the agreement with the township, which just means they agreed to it contingent upon the lawyers finishing the agreement and getting it all executed. So I called Carly at CRC. I said, here's the thing. It's a go, but it's not going to happen before May. So we're looking at a fall project at this point now.
I think they're planting trees over near Edgemont in our township, but I can't remember the development. This coming Saturday, if anyone didn't get enough tree planting this past Saturday. Item 8.3, updates on concert at Drexel Lodge Park. So, you know, all the supporters donated money. There's enough money to pay the bands. I did reach out to the band and told them, you know, you're gonna have to come up with a sound man on your own. So he's working that issue now. I do have a friend, like, you know, if push comes to shove, I could ask my friend to just donate his time. But we're on for the 18th, and it's from 4 to 6. We'll need parking. People help with parking. I don't know if anybody can make it, but I'll be there. I'll be there at 3 or something. Okay, not a problem.
I have to leave. Lisa asked Judith and me to go to a bingo night over at
Oh,
the
yeah,
fire
yeah.
company. She bought us $40 tickets.
Oh, nice. But by 4 o'clock, we're done. You know,
Yeah,
it takes
setting
a
up,
half
and then
hour.
it's just,
Yeah,
then they leave. But I'll be there. What time?
starts at 4.
But 3:30,
Yeah, 3:30 would be good.
I'll be there.
Any help needed during the event, like?
Normally, no, it's, you know, everybody just kind of sits down and, but just the parking is the only thing we're responsible. George has guys there and we just send them up to the upper lots, and then George's guys park them in the spots.
During the event in the past, it's kind of, volunteers have just kind of been there as floaters in case somebody has a question, you know, where's the restroom? Where's, you know, how do I get to here or something? And just kind of be there to answer questions, but we stay the entire time. So folks tend to gravitate to us since we've got yellow.
I blanketed my 2 streets that we live on and close by, gave everybody an invite.
Oh, good. Yeah, if you get anybody can help get the word out.
It'll be a good time. I've heard good things about this band.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it'll be a younger crowd than normal. Normally it's
Let's hope for thousands.
George won't say.
Carpool.
And the Railroad Museum is going to be open as well. I think you guys met Tuesday night. I was trying to get to that meeting, but I didn't get a chance.
There won't be food vendors, will there?
No, we can't sell food, their
So
profit.
people can bring their own food. and-
Yes,
and
yes.
Sodas, okay.
Yes, sodas, yes, no alcohol,
Right.
and we're not allowed to sell food for profit
Gotcha.
in the park. Item 8.4, update on children's events in June and July, so had the dates. Here we go. Thank you. Oh, so we decided, the police department is, picked, July 9th. Officer Kine, I had some conversation with him, and so July 9th is the best for him. That will be at Drexel Lodge Park. The Starties will be June 18th.
June 18th.
Yes, and then we have to work out the details on the other. Is there a good date for Public Works, George?
I figured we could kind of fit in wherever
Okay,
everybody else landed.
all right. So those two dates are, kind of signed in, and we have to work out
The police department was July 9th.
July 9th,
Okay.
yes. He's gonna bring Boya, the dog, the canine officer, yeah. Put on a demonstration.
He brought, we had a event, it was a pet expo event a couple weeks ago. And Anthony came with Boya. Amazing dog. They're like one, he and the dog.
How about that? Well,
What were the other events? Just,
so there's the Railroad Museum we're going to do,
okay, and then
uh,
Public Works.
Public Works, Fire Department. And the covered bridge. Item 8.5, discussion about rock snake art project at Newby. So I haven't had a chance to get out and organize anything with a construction company as far as providing rocks or that kind of thing, so. I guess I'll try and get that done this month, and then we'll discuss it at June's meeting, and if not, we'll have to hold off until fall. Now, when is the we're gonna be painted at Newby?
So originally, we were intending to have it painted by mid-May. I'm not, it's gonna happen sometime in May at this point now, but there's, there's nothing. We do have the basketball backboards up and the hoops and all that, so that was installed already.
Okay.
But the painting, as soon as the weather cooperates for them, they're gonna do it.
If I could just say over Brookside, you guys put up the excellent job.
Good.
Professional.
You're happy with it then?
I am,
Good.
absolutely.
Shape,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
Great.
Thank you.
And we could do the snake art project. We could do that anytime. Sometimes like in August, we say we don't do a lot because
Right.
people might be on vacation, but that could be a nice little event,
Yeah,
August or
Right.
so,
Absolutely.
sports time.
yeah, because they're not thinking about school at that point.
Yeah.
Right.
Maybe,
don't
maybe
even
Public
wanna
Works,
sleep.
maybe Public Works will spring for water ice again.
Yeah.
And we'll dish out water ice into the
Yeah.
rock.
That always
Project,
drove
yeah.
me in, yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Was there any public comment that came in?
No.
Is there anything, anyone wants to add to the agenda next time, or questions? So I guess we're adjourned.